Hi, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be talking about stress trajectories of force in maxilla and mandible. So there are first of all you should know that we have vertical trajectories and we have horizontal trajectories. Now first of all we'll talk about the vertical trajectories in maxilla. All right, so vertical trajectories maxilla. All right, so there are three. So first is the frontonasal buttress, then we have malar zygomatic buttress, and we have pterygoid buttress. So look at this one first. So frontonasal buttress, the number one is frontonasal buttress. Now what do I mean by all of this? So frontonasal buttress basically originates from incisors, canines and first premolar, then moves cranially alongside of piriform aperture. Just look at the diagram as well as I speak. Crest of nasal bone and terminates in frontal bone. Now let's understand. See, I said that it originates from the incisors, canines and first premolar, then it passes alongside the nasopiriform aperture, then it passes around the crest of the nasal bone, and then it terminates into the frontal bone. Okay, this is the frontonasal buttress. Now malar zygomatic buttress. Now this basically originates from the buccal group of teeth. Now what is the buccal group of teeth? Is molars. Okay, and it has three pathways. So first is through zygomatic arch to base of skull, then to frontal bone through lateral wall of orbit. Third is along lower orbital margin to join frontonasal buttress. Now let's understand it. See, this is our buccal group, so molars. Now it passes, okay, and then it has three pathways. One is through the zygomatic arch to the base of the skull, then there is to the frontal bone through the lateral wall of the orbit. So this is lateral wall through the orbit. Then third pathway is along the lower margin of the orbital margin and joins the frontonasal buttress. All right, now let's talk about the last one, which is pterygoid buttress. Now in pterygoid buttress, basically it transmits forces from second and third molar to base of skull. Now if you see, these are the second and third molar, right, 7 8, and it's passing it to the base of the skull. So this explains the trajectories. All right, so if we have to again like just go through it once. So this is incisors, canines and first premolar. So from these it goes around the piriform aperture along the nasal crest of the nasal bone, then to the frontal bone. So this is our one is frontonasal buttress. Then second is the malar zygomatic buttress. So it's from the buccal group of molars. Then it's passing, it has three pathways: one through the zygomatic arch to base of skull, then along the lateral margin of the orbit, then along the inferior margin of the orbit, and joins the frontonasal buttress. Then third is the pterygoid. From the second and third molar, it goes and to the base of skull. So alright, so third is the pterygoid buttress. Now these are the vertical ones. Now we have certain horizontal also. So for that you have to remember just a few names. So you have hard palate, then you have orbital ridges, then palatal bone, and zygomatic arches. Now let's go through the mandible. Now this is relatively easier, although the first one was also easier. Now in mandible, there's something you should know about unloaded nerve concept, and it is also called as logarithmic spiral concept. Now what is this concept about? So just give me a second. Yep, so in this what you see is basically you have the nerve, that's inferior alveolar nerve, then mandibular nerve, right, and then mental nerve. Now see, first we have foramen ovale, then mandibular foramen, then mental foramen, right? Now what this concept tells is that the bony trabeculae around the nerve are comparatively more denser to receive stress and protect the contents of mandibular canal. So this is something that you should know. And in this basically what you see is horizontal is basically there's just line which extends from one condyle to another condyle. All right, so horizontal is line of, just use the line of stress from one condyle to another. Then this is joined by a number of vertical trajectories from each tooth. Now see, this is our main thing, alright, from one condyle to another condyle. Then certain trajectories are joining it. These are the vertical trajectories from the tooth that are joining it. Then you have some others also. See, this is the lower border of mandible. Here also you have, so lower border of mandible. Then you have something from coronoid process also, so coronoid process. Then you have certain on symphysis, so symphysis. Then look at this, and certain from gonial angle. All right, so these are the minor buttresses. So this covers our concept of trajectories of force of stress trajectories of force in maxilla and mandible. So if you found this video helpful, do give it a like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.